Howdy, gang. Prep Rebel here. Okay, so I just finished watching one of my favorite movies, V for Vendetta. I've got a bunch of favorite movies. Most of them are either James Bond or Clint Eastwood movies. You know, pick one. That's me. Um, but I just finished watching V for Vendetta again. I think this is probably the 15th time in the last year, maybe 2 years. But it's kind of crazy how many parallels and how many parables you can draw from that movie and look at today's world and go, "Holy crap!" It's scary. It really is. I will say this, and I will say this very strongly from my point of view, and it's my point of view. You may not agree, or you may, but that's up to you. Um, Governments should be afraid of their people. The people should not be afraid of their governments. And I look at all of these governments and all of these puppets and puppet masters in this world today, and it's quite honestly, it's scary. And I'm sick of it. I am sick and tired of being told by politicians what I have to put in my body, what I have to do, who I have to vote for, what I have to say, what I have to think. It's all BS. Now, I live in Canada, right? Part time. I'm a snowbird. I go back and forth from Canada to the United States. My wife, my beautiful bride, is American from the great state of Hawaii. And she's a wonderful person. I just recently got her on board with preparedness. And we're still working on it, but it takes time. But I've talked to a lot of my friends and associates and acquaintances that I have around this area. And when I talk to them about preparedness, when I talk to them about the government, when I talk to them about what the state of the world is, I get this, the deer in the headlight looks, because they believe what they're told by the government. They believe what the mainstream media is feeding them. They believe what they want to believe because they think, oh, the government's going to come in and save us. We're going to go back to what we were before. All we have to do is vote for another party. It doesn't work that way, folks. There's two sides of each coin. In Canada, it's the Liberals and the Conservatives. And along the edge of that coin, we have the New Democratic Party. Well, they'll never see the light of day as a full-on government in Canada because basically Canada has five or six different parties and most of them are fringe. NDP is the biggest of those fringe, but they're the deciding factor when it comes to a minority government up here. Um, so it's either the Conservatives or the Liberals. Right now, we have a Liberal government in here with our brains of Canada, Mr. Sparkle Socks, Pierre Elliott Trudeau's son, supposedly, Justin. What a piece of work that guy is. What a loser. And he's just started to go back and start raising taxes on us again. What is it, Koa? You go get those seagulls. You chase them away. Good girl. She hates seagulls and she hates crows because they always fly over the place and dive bomb her with stuff. It's weird, but that's her. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. She keeps me in check. Saved my life. Anyhow, these governments, and it doesn't matter if it's Canada, the U.S., France, Great Britain. I'll even go as far as saying Russia and some of the EU. I will not include China in that. I will not include China in that. China, I think, is our biggest adversary. And going back to watching the movie today and drawing more parallels from it, Uh, and this world is a scary place to be right now. I don't want to be in a world where I'm told what I have to think, what I have to do by a government that I don't trust. Now, you can draw your own opinions from whatever country you're in for your own government, and I hope you do. I also hope you do your own research with regards to that, because that's important. So, what I will say is this, folks, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for following along with me on this. Keep watching my garden videos. I'm going to add a few more to the series. Um, and cheers. I'll have a glass of shine with you. Prep Rebel out.